Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, a man killed during a liquor store robbery in central Edmonton. Referendum arithmetic, Elections Alberta hiring the population of a small city to process the vote. And schedule stalled, why the gate opening is delayed on the first night of Folkfest.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
A community in central Edmonton is reeling after the death of a store owner near 82nd Street. A 22-year-old man has been charged with second-degree murder. CTV's Connor Hogg joins us live from outside of the store this evening. So, Connor, what are you hearing tonight about what led up to the man's death?
Matt, people working nearby here tell me this began as a robbery. They say a man was attempting to steal liquor yesterday afternoon when store owner Sukhjit Randhawa locked the doors. That's when they say the 48-year-old was attacked. Get out of the store. Moments later, police arrive, but officers can't open the locked doors. Police say the 48-year-old had serious injuries. Randhawa was pronounced dead in hospital. Nearby business owner Ravi Prakash says his death is devastating for everyone who knew him. He says violence towards businesses in the area is nothing new. He's calling on police and the city to do more to keep people in this area safe.
It's very easy to say that one person got killed, and it should not be just a stat number that, oh, this many people have been killed. They have to take certain kind of responsibility. City needs to take certain kind of responsibility.
Police are not releasing details about the cause of Randhawa's death for investigative purposes. 22-year-old Nicholas Butler Chowis has been charged with second-degree murder. Police are not looking for anyone else. Matt?
All right, Connor Hogg, thank you. A 50-year-old man has been accused of sexually assaulting a child in Edmonton. Police believe there may be other victims. Simon Nicholas is charged with sexual assault, sexual interference, and 2 counts of breaching a court order. Police say when the assault happened, Nicholas was under a court order to not contact anyone under the age of 16 and to stay away from places where kids might be. The Edmonton Police Service says Nicholas is also being investigated for the sexual assault of a child in Athabasca. In both cases, police allege he presented himself to a parent as someone who could be trusted to care for young children. That's why they believe there may be other victims. Nicholas also goes by the name Ambrose Nicholas. Mounties are trying to identify the man or men who tried to lure 2 children into a truck in Fort Saskatchewan. RCMP say yesterday a 6-year-old girl was playing at a park on South Point Boulevard when a man in a red truck tried to get her into the pickup. And last Thursday, a 9-year-old boy was on a walking trail near Davis Street when a man driving a red truck tried to convince him to get in. RCMP say both kids left and returned home safely.
Just a reminder to parents to have a conversation with your children to not accept rides from strangers or get into unknown vehicles. And in the case of these 2 incidents that we've had that have been reported, the children did make it safely home, and those conversations are very important to have with your kids.
Investigators are looking for doorbell or dash cam video that shows what happened. RCMP say while both cases are very similar, they can't say for sure if they are connected. Edmonton police say they're seeing an increase in grandparent scams with more than 20 cases reported in the last 2 months. The Edmonton Police Service says during the first 7 months of last year, it received 39 reports of grandparent scams. So far this year, there have been 51. The tactic involves thieves posing as police officers, claiming a child or grandchild has been arrested and needs bail money. In some cases, someone is sent to pick up the money in person. The scammers will often continue to contact the victim and demand more money. Police say they often create a sense of urgency.
They're skilled at exploiting people's emotions, tugging on that heartstring that I mentioned, getting them to part the money for that reason. One of our messages today is very simple, and that is police will never call and demand money to secure somebody's release from custody.
If you suspect a call from police is a scam, you should hang up immediately and contact EPS directly. People are lined up to fill Gallagher Park for the 47th Edmonton Folk Music Festival. Tens of thousands of people will take in performances from nearly 60 artists over the next 4 days. CTV's Evan Kenny is right in the thick of things. He's joining us from the long line to enter Folk Fest as people deal with a delay. So, Evan, hopefully we catch up with you there in a minute, but how are things going so far in line?
Well, Matt, things are going but very, very slow here. There's a delay that could last up until 5:30. People are ready to get in. They're excited for this weekend, and some of them have been excited for this weekend all the way since last year. Lots of people come year after year, some coming to this festival for decades at a time, even now making it a family affair.
The people, the music is incredible. You always hear artists that you've never heard of that you get to follow and love it.
My girlfriend didn't go to a wedding for it, so yeah. Oh yeah, we're serious about it, yeah.
We've been coming here for years, like over 10 years now, so it's just been kind of like a family tradition.
For those people returning to Folk Fest, there will be some noticeable differences, mainly how it is dealing with the record rainfall. The festival's organizer says he's had to bring in $10,000 worth of sand to cover up the mud.
What we've ordered is 180 tons of sand, which sounds like we're going to build the pyramids or something, but it's actually not that much, but it's enough to spread around and make a difference in some of those areas.
Now, the festival was doing maintenance all the way up until now, even still going on here. So once the festival is ready to go, these people outside are ready for a weekend of music. Now, even with these delays, the festival says music will start just after 6 o'clock. So in about 1 hour's time, tonight's headliners include Corblund and the Sacred Souls. Matt?
All right, Evan Kenny outside of the long lines for Folk Fest. Thank you. All right, Josh, well, I'm sure the last thing organizers and concert goers want to see is more rain tonight. How's the forecast looking?
Well, this doesn't look all that nice behind me there. It has stayed cloudy through the day today. We're going to be dry, though, for the rest of tonight. We're going to be dry for tomorrow, probably all of tomorrow, though there's a slight chance around supper time. And we're dry for most of Saturday. Get to Saturday night, things start to change. We'll talk more about that in a minute. 15 downtown, 14s and 15s outside the city. A little bit of a breeze. Wind out of the north around 15 to 20 kilometers per hour. It was gusting upwards of 30 to 40 earlier in the day today. We got rid of the rain by about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And before that rain and wind came in, temperatures actually hit 20 at just after midnight. That'll go down as the daytime high. The warmest we've been this afternoon is 17. 10 for the low today, 23 and 13. The averages for this time of year. We'll get back closer to average for a daytime high tomorrow. Sorry, Linda, do we have drone? I can't remember if we talked about this. No, we don't have drone. Okay, never mind. I just didn't want to miss out on it because it's such a beautiful shot if we had it. There's your scattered showers across northeastern Alberta. We're on the edge of this cloud cover. You didn't have to go far west or south of the city to get into some sunshine today. I thought we'd see a little more of that sunshine through this afternoon. It's probably not going to come through until overnight tonight. We should get some sun tomorrow morning, though. But look at these temperatures. About 8 degrees in the city, outside the city in the 5 or 6 degree range tomorrow morning. We'll get back to about 22, maybe 23 for a daytime high tomorrow with some increasing afternoon cloud. We'll talk more about that and the precipitation chances for the weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, a historic haul. Details about an organization that led to Alert seizing more drug money than ever before.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Police say they've put a major dent in a drug trafficking operation that used vehicles with hidden compartments to move drugs between Edmonton and Calgary. Today, the Alberta Law Enforcement Response Team showed off the largest cash seizure in its history and a table full of illegal drugs. CTV's Jeremy Thompson joins us now with all the details. So, Jeremy, what can you tell us about this police investigation and operation?
Oh, yeah, Matt, this has been a lengthy, coordinated investigation over the last 10 months. Police in Edmonton and Calgary worked together with RCMP to disrupt the province-wide drug trafficking ring, culminating in major seizures from search warrants. Police say the cocaine and other illegal drugs displayed on this table are worth more than $7 million. They also seized 17 guns, 8 vehicles, vehicles and more than $1.2 million in cash. Investigators say criminals were using vehicles with skillfully crafted compartments to move the drugs across the province. They believe these drugs were destined for communities in northern Alberta. Police searched 9 houses in Edmonton, Calgary, St. Albert, and rural parts of Sturgeon County and arrested several suspects. They won't say how many people were arrested until they lay charges.
Our investigators will also be working with the Crown to ensure that any and all money, property, or valuable items believed to be obtained or connected to this alleged criminal activity will be forfeit to the Crown.
In all, Alert seized 66 kilograms of cocaine, 1.5 kilos each of meth and fentanyl, along with thousands of pills suspected to contain fentanyl. Police say those are the top 3 street drugs in Alberta right now, as they have high profit margins. Investigators also found 2 kilograms of magic mushrooms. Now, as we mentioned, this investigation is still underway as we await charges. The cash and cars will likely be handed over to the Provincial Civil Forfeiture Office. The guns, including 6 handguns and 11 rifles, will undergo ballistic testing to see whether they've been used in any other crimes. Matt?
All right, Jeremy Thompson live in studio. Thank you. A new poll suggests most Canadians now see the Trans Mountain Pipeline as a strategic national asset, and they want Ottawa to keep it. A new Angus Reid Institute poll finds 54% of Canadians believe the federal government should retain ownership of the Trans Mountain Pipeline. 23% say Ottawa should sell it and keep the money to recover the taxpayer dollars, and 23% are unsure what to do with it. The findings come as the federal government considers the pipeline's long-term future. Some industry leaders argue it has become a strategic national asset as Canada looks to export more energy. The poll also found growing support for the federal government's 2018 decision to purchase the pipeline. Elections Alberta is nearly halfway through its hiring blitz for the upcoming October referendum. It needs enough people to count the ballots within 48 hours. CTV's Noah Rashog has an update on how many people have applied so far.
This is essentially as though we are recruiting for a federal election in the province of Alberta.
It's a monumental undertaking for Elections Alberta, hiring 60,000 workers for the upcoming referendum. That's nearly the population of Grand Prairie.
So with this referendum, we've got our 10 questions, 10 ballots, and so the increase of election workers are for that. Also for the count that is taking place after the election day, we do need those folks to count all of those ballots.
About halfway through its hiring campaign, Elections Alberta says 25,000 people have applied, just over 40% of its goal. Elections Alberta must complete the unofficial count within 48 hours. Operations Director Jennifer Muskoka says that even if they're shorthanded, it will get done.
Definitely will meet the requirement to have these ballots counted, to have the election day advance votes happen with the folks that do come out and make that application. Will be sufficient with the folks that we do have.
One political scientist with the University of Alberta says that this could be the largest test of Alberta's hand-counting policy yet.
Especially when you have such a huge number of ballots being counted, there's going to be a lot of possibility for human error. You have 10 different kinds of ballots that have to be separated, and a machine will be able to sort them much more quickly than a person.
He says even if there are hiccups, hand counts will continue for future provincial and municipal elections.
I don't expect they would change that policy absent any changes in their base, which I don't think is going to happen.
Elections Alberta maintains that it's confident it can get the job done. You can apply to work the referendum on their website. Noah Rashog, CTV News, Edmonton.
Hundreds of people gathered in Calgary last night to honor 11-year-old Parker Wells.
With new horizons to pursue.
Music filled the plaza at Calgary City Hall. Blue ribbons were handed out, and messages for Parker and his family were read out loud. The vigil was a chance for the city to come together and collectively grieve. The 11-year-old boy, who had autism and was nonverbal, walked away from his daycare home on July 16th. His body was found during a search that took 2 weeks. That search will be reviewed by the city and the Calgary Police Department. Still to come tonight on CTV News, feeling hot, hot, hot. The festival celebrating Caribbean culture in Churchill Square.
This is the best part of the process for me too, just bring your costume to life.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basementy.
The Caribbean Women's Network is letting loose and gearing up for Western Canada's largest Caribbean Arts Festival this weekend. The group says Carrie West is a chance to embrace their culture and feel connected to their home. The women spent the day bedazzling their costumes, hats, and shirts for their Island Vibes theme.
This is the best part of the process for me too, you know, just bring your costume to life.
It's dancing to the music in our costumes. It gives us the freedom to use the road. When else do we get to go on the street and dance?
The festival begins tomorrow in Churchill Square and runs until Sunday night. Well, aside from Caribbean culture, Josh, I hope they bring a little bit of Caribbean weather because, boy, oh boy, unless you consider hurricane season, it certainly hasn't felt that way around here.
Yeah, it's not going to be hot anytime soon. I don't see anything in the next 10 days above 25 for daytime highs. We'll be about 22 or 23 for the next couple of days, so a little warmer than today. Got 17 for an afternoon high. The official daytime high will be 20. It came in early this morning. There's the River Valley Sky Cam, 16 degrees with some clouds out there right now. 18 to the south in Red Deer, 15 in Fort McMurray, cold like Lloydminster, but Jasper into the mid-20s. 24 degrees this afternoon. We've had some scattered showers here across the northeast. No lightning strikes, but some hit-and-miss showers. That'll all avoid the Edmonton area. You can see we're on the edge of the clock cover. Everything's spinning around this deep upper level low off to the east, which has kept us in this cool northwesterly flow for the past 24 to 36 hours now. That's going to change. There's a weak little upper ridge that's going to ripple across from the west, and so that will bring some warmer air, but only briefly. And at the northern edge of it, you're going to see some clouds roll back in for tomorrow afternoon. So sunshine in the morning, clouds in the afternoon. I think all of this stays northeast of Edmonton, but there is a slight chance for maybe a brief little spotty shower around supper time tomorrow, and then it clears out through the evening hours Friday. Showers and thunderstorms from Red Deer off to the northwest up towards Grand Prairie, but that all avoids the Edmonton area. It all stays west and south of the city for Friday night. So most of tomorrow, if not all of tomorrow, is dry. Most Saturday looks dry. There's 5 p.m. Get some thunderstorms off to the west and to the south, but it's not until late Saturday night that those potentially roll into the Edmonton area. Here's 9 p.m., still off to the west. There's after midnight. Showers and thunderstorms from Edmonton south towards Red Deer overnight Saturday into early Sunday. Some of that will carry through into early Sunday morning. And then it kind of breaks down and it's just sort of scattered showers potentially for Sunday afternoon and maybe a shower or thunderstorm into the evening on Sunday. So Sunday's probably the wetter of the 2 days this weekend and the cooler of the 2 days as well. 8 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning as well as Grand Prairie. 6 in Red Deer. Will drop to about 8 in the city. Closer to 5 or 6 degrees outside the city. Highs near 20 across the northeast tomorrow. 22s and 23s there. Grand Prairie, Peace River, Whitecourt. Jasper close to 30. But at the other end of the province, closer to 20. Red Deer up to about 24 degrees. 14 degrees at 9 p.m. will drop to about 11 at midnight and 8 single digits to start the day tomorrow. But some sunshine. Back to around 18 by lunchtime and a high of 22 or 23. And thankfully, the wind doesn't look like it's going to be all that strong. You have 24 hours. Less than 24 hours, actually, to get your tickets. Go to ctvedmonton.ca, click on contests, and get your tickets now in the Mega Summer 50-50. This is your last chance to help support the Kaleo Collective and the Bears Children's Fund and win half of the jackpot. Low 20s Friday, Saturday. High teens for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And, I mean, Sunday's got some scattered showers and thunderstorms. That could be steadier, heavier rain early next week.
All right, Josh, thank you. Well, the Edmonton Riverhawks season is now over. The team is celebrating its successes.
1-2 the count on Gonzalez. With 2 outs, Steed home. Called strike 3. Edmonton's season ends on a strike 3 looking as Steed.
The Riverhawks needed a win and a few other teams to lose last night in order to advance to the playoffs. They lost to the Bellingham Bells in Washington State. This is the second straight season the Bells have ended the Riverhawks year. Despite the loss, though, the team considers this season a success. Edmonton set a new West Coast League attendance record with an average of more than 5,600 fans a game. In total, more than 140 42,000 people came out to watch the Riverhawks play baseball in the River Valley this year.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Friday in your morning, what armed forces investment means for Alberta. The federal defense minister joins us to answer our questions, plus easy ways to clear the clutter and protect your valuables against potential flooding.
Two boxers based in St. Albert brought home bronze medals from the Commonwealth Games in Scotland. As CTV's Curtis Goodrum explains, both athletes hope this is only their opening round.
Fast strikes, quick jabs, ruthless aggression. That's how these boxers brought home bronze at the Commonwealth Games.
To go to such a big tournament and perform on the world stage and do what I love is just, and in Scotland, it's one for the memory bank for sure.
Amber Jane Wall has been in the ring since she was 17.
On my first day, I looked silly trying to throw a punch. I realized I didn't know how to throw a punch.
And now the point deducted by the Australian referee.
12 years later, she's representing her country.
I sacrifice what I need to sacrifice, that it will happen. And sure enough, it did. So it's really cool to see that it's actually come to fruition. But I didn't imagine it when I started. Oh, nice.
Joshua Ofori says he's always been hooked.
Like, since day one. Like, when I first joined the gym, I told my coach I wanted to be an Olympian, you know. Not just an Olympian, like have a gold medal and bring it back to my country.
The first year light heavyweight's dream is now within striking distance.
You go back and then you work on things again, and then you come even stronger.
That mentality is brought on by his coach, Matt Marshall, who owns the gym.
They've kind of exceeded my expectations, so now I've got to raise my own and be like, okay, well, now what else can we do?
Marshall coaches athletes of all ages. Having two boxers leaving their mark on the international stage is inspiring to his students.
That confidence is contagious. And everyone thinks, you know what, yeah, they can do it, I can do it too. And the kids need that.
Both boxers are focused on reaching the 2028 Olympics and bringing back gold. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, St. Albert.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.